Well, folks, it is now August 2nd, and what we thought would be the start of the high school fall sports season looks like it's now going to be pushed back all the way until December and January. The CIF Southern Section made a decision back on July 20th to push and delay that season, the fall sports season, back until December and January. And, it looks like a good move to make. And so here it is that, high school football should be kicking off very soon, as early as August 27th. We have no football or no fall sports to watch. So here at HSPN Sports, here at least in the southern section of California, the west half of the world, we thought what we'd do as a substitute is bring you the insights and information from some of the coaches from all around Southern California, high school football coaches, that is, and get inside their heads a little bit and find out what they're doing differently to prepare for a season that is going to be far different than anyone they've ever experienced. So we're going to start off tonight by bringing you Robert Pedroza. Coach Pedroza is actually the head coach at Orange High School. We're going to look at the Orange Coast League and talk to a few other coaches in that league as we go through the month of August, as well as several other leagues leading up to what will be hopefully a December kickoff. So here at HSPN Sports, join me, David Hill, for our series called Get in the Game, where we're able to maybe bring you some inside information that you won't ordinarily get coming straight from the coaches and their programs that they have charge of. So enjoy tonight's first of 3 episodes with Robert Pedroza, head football coach at Orange High School. Enjoy episode 1.
Okay, welcome to Get in the Game podcast. Your host, David Hill, and I got my good friend here. I like to call him a friend. Coach Robert Pedroza of the Orange High School Panthers. Coach P, we go back a little ways. I think all the way back to 2017. Is that when we started?
2017.
Yeah, 2017. Yep. And you've been at Orange High for how long now, Coach?
I just finished my 5th season, so we're about to start year number 6 already.
Can you believe it?
No, not at all. It's kind of scary.
Seasons. It's really kind of crazy. 6 seasons. What a ride. A couple of outstanding appearances in the postseason and CIF. And really, when I look back on, I'm sure you do too at times, look back on how far this program has come. And it's been a long time since the program has been, and consistency. I'm sure you like the idea of consistently being able to compete both in season and possibly long term in the postseason. What do you attribute to that, Coach? What gets you to the point where you can go from season to season with a new group of guys, a new group of coaches, sometimes new group of players, and add that consistency to the program? What is the secret recipe?
I think I think there's a lot of things that factor into being consistent and being a consistently good program. With Orange County football so difficult, there's so many good teams and coaches and players in Orange County. But I attribute our success to our kids, man. Obviously we have a great coaching staff. We've added some coaches that are just top notch this year that I'm looking forward to watch coach. Yeah. And I look at myself as very fortunate with the coaches I have on staff. And but our players are the ones that make this thing roll. I mean, they come in now knowing the standard here at Orange, other than what it was before when we first started, and they've accepted it, and they've adapted to the hard work, to the constant speed training, the constant lifting, and what is asked of them to perform so well. Not even just on the football field, but just in the classroom. We got a handful of kids this year that are going to be seniors, getting a lot of college interest because they're at a 3.8 GPA, 3.5 GPA. And I attribute that a lot to our administration and our staff that's supported our boys with the tutoring program, with SAT programs, with constant help at various times during the day to make sure that it's not just football, but even if they apply for a college when they're done, they are going to succeed and be able to get accepted into those colleges. So, I attribute it mostly to, obviously we have a great staff that helps supports the kids, but our kids are the ones that make this go. It's the players that do it. And I'm lucky I just get to sit back and watch the players do their thing.
Well, that is so true. You've had some great kids come through there, and I know they're probably sitting here chomping at the bit, ready to go. It is June 29th, 2020. What a year, right?
Oh my
I
God.
just laugh. I
And
just
we
shake
haven't
my
done
head.
any
I'm like,
football. It's crazy.
nothing. You've done no football. The footballs haven't even been
Nope.
out, right? You haven't had a
Nope.
chance to have
We're not
footballs
even allowed to
out.
have footballs out. Nope.
Wow. Okay, so we're June
No.
29th. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, check to see your first game. Is that August 27th? Is that still
Yep.
what is on the calendar for the opening day?
That is what's on the calendar. And, obviously we have our thoughts of what's going to happen. Obviously July
Mhm.
20th is when CIF's coming out with, their proposals of what they're looking
Okay.
at for the season
Okay.
and the alterations that they can make. And,
Okay.
I'm hoping for the best and you're praying for the best, but I think we all kind of see where it's going. And it's tough to explain that to kids and our
Yeah.
program, going forward. So it's going to be one of those things that we're going to have to adapt. And I think we've done a good job doing it this year. I never thought I'd be so technology savvy, but I was forced to. Uh, and I still don't like it, but I was forced to this year.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so we'll adapt. We got a great staff, and once we hear what our proposals are and what we're thinking, then we'll adapt our practices and stuff like that accordingly.
Excellent. That brings me to another question. We talk about you're a leader of that program. You're a leader on that campus. You mentioned the CIF and their rule set that are coming out. You got of course, you got the governing body, and we all as adults, know how to. It's important that we lead. Here's my question: how have your kids fared in all of this, and what kinds of things has the program done? You as a staff, what have you done to help these kids kind of maneuver through this and kind of just streamline through this process? Because it's going to be very different for them too.
Yeah, it's been real difficult on them. We constantly check in on them on a daily, through text, through FaceTime. I'm always, we got a great group of kids and coaches that reach out. We had daily meetings. We had competitions, where there were dance offs or singing contests, and
Did you
just to
dance?
kind of lighten the
Did
mood.
you did you dance? Did
No, 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 not me. The kids did. They tried getting me, but I don't know all those new moves, man. I
you
stay in my lane. I stay right in my box. I create a box, and that's where my feet go. Yep, that's how big as it is. So we try to lighten the mood as long as and learning, and we had some great NFL athletes on,
Okay.
that our kids
Okay.
were fortunate to have on and speak to them and
Good.
and kind of do that thing. But it's just not the same. The boys like being together, and
Yeah.
we have a lot of boys that are a little less unfortunate. So we did probably we went about the first 2-3 months of coaches gathered up. We have a great community here
Yes.
that supports football. A lot of alumni, and they made home cooked meals. And we probably took them to about some coaches every twice a week. On a Wednesday and a Sunday, we take it to them and their families. Just to make sure, it's tough times and a lot of people, the kids' parents are out of work. So
Yes.
we'd provide them with trays of food on those 2 days, probably about 15 to 20 kids, and would make our rounds a couple hours. But it was awesome to be able to get to see them, and just how thankful they are with everything. And that's what it's all about. It's not about I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it'd be great to be grinding on the field, but just to see
Yeah.
the smiles on their face and their younger siblings and parents was pretty
Yeah.
awesome to see, and it allowed us to get to see the boys a little bit.
No doubt about it. That is a beautiful thing. I was actually going to ask you about that because I know we had a conversation about that briefly a little
Mhm.
while back. I thought that was fascinating that you gathered together as a staff, community, as a
Yeah.
school, and took care of your families.
Yeah, the
That's
community is
tremendous.
amazing.
Yeah.
The community does it all. I mean, they're so amazing. We're so lucky that such a tight little community here in Orange, and it's the best, man. I can't. I mean, I would want nothing more. I mean, it was just awesome to see. Even the principal. You've met
Yeah.
the principal a ton of times, so
Yeah.
you know how he is. He
Yeah.
loves his sports and his school, and he was even
Yeah.
out there, delivering the kids, and it was just awesome to be a part of.